Halo, tes tes tes. Halo, halo, halo. Halo, selamat malam Novaru Fuji. Welcome to the stream. Bentar ya, aku mau post dulu ke FB sama ke apa IG. Bentar, bentar, bentar. Halo, halo, halo. Tes tes. Ah, oke, tes latensi. Halo, 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 halo. Kayaknya udah aman. Halo. Entah kenapa ya ini, entah ini mic atau OBS-nya kayak kadang tuh kecil, kadang besar. Coba lagi dah. Halo, halo, halo. Ah, tes audio. Hmm. Ah, 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 ah. Oke, kayaknya aman sih segini. So, welcome to the stream semuanya. My name is Mafdal, but you can call me Mafi. Sekarang aku akan main What Remains of Edith Finch. Jadi ini intinya adalah tentang seseorang, gak tahu seseorangnya turunan dari mana gitu, yang berkunjung ke rumah apa ya, kayak sebutnya rumah keluarganya gitu, yang pokoknya kediaman keluarganya yang sudah turun temurun gitu. Sebenarnya aku pernah main sih ini, tapi maksudnya gak tamat gitu. Aku drop sampai bingung, sebenarnya sampai gak tahu lagi gamenya ngapain gitu.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Tapi grafisnya emang cakep ya, kayak beautiful gitu.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Halo Vandergaard, ya malam juga, welcome to the stream.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Jadi apa, sekarang aku main What Remains of Edith Finch, ceritain tentang bocah yang
I hadn't been back since my brother
nostalgia
Lewis's
ke
funeral.
rumah keluarganya.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought
Gak
I'd
bisa
know,
lari ya.
or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Oh, tapi bisa ngezoom sih.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Dia tinggal sampai umur 11 tahun aja, tapi ya
But now I
gak
had
tahu ini
questions about
ceritanya
my
kabur
family that
atau
only the house knew
gimana
the
gitu.
answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Pemilihan kalimatnya bagus.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Oh, jadi ya Pak, sekarang itu udah 17 tahun nih.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Bentar. Nah, sudah aman.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Oh iya benar. Dia kabur sih, kemungkinan besar kabur sih. Itu deh gue gak nyimak awal-awalnya gimana.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Oh bentar.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Oh iya ya. Lagian ngapain ngarep listrik? Orang udah gak ditinggali rumahnya.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Ini berapa tahun dah apa kaburnya?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Oh,
Great
enggak
Grandpa
sih,
Sven
enggak
built a music
disebut
works in
dokumenter juga.
Barbara,
Soalnya ini kan
along with the rest of the house.
gimana ya? Fiktif sih ini.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key
Ini
didn't fit.
gamenya game fiktif doang sih. Cuma ya ceritanya tentang eh ada ini anak yang nostalgia ke keluarganya gitu. Cuman ya keluarganya emang udah pada mati semua. Terus dia itu lagi nyari misteri, memecahkan misteri kematian keluarganya. Horor pun enggak sih ini. Kayak
A lot of
tipikal
things got
drama
left
aja.
behind in the whirlwind of that last night. After
Cuman
Milton
emang
disappeared,
pembawaannya
Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
kayak gimana ya?
Then Edie
Emang
retaliated and drilled peepholes.
kayak nuansa sepi jadi kayak nuansa horor gitu. Tapi aman kok,
My Grandpa
gak
Sam
ada
spent
apa-apa
7
gitu.
years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Barbara. Kayaknya si Barbara ini apa? Tipikal gimana ya? Populer popular child atau apa itu? Yang suka jadi
Mom must have locked
poin
the
utama
third floor
keluarga
stairs
itu.
on the night we left.
Keturunnya gimana sih? Berarti edit kan kita. Ntar deh. Kayaknya ntar gue juga di-spill satu-satu
I spent a lot
keturunannya.
of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Ini orang tuanya overprotective atau gimana? Kayak gila aja gitu
Molly's
bikin
gerbil
ruangan
had a
kayak
tiny
gini.
bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Sorry, aku agak kecilin aja suaranya. Udah ternyata. Tes. Ntar deh, aku masih bingung soal mic ini.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Wait, ini alurnya siapa ya? Ya gak ada lagi. Tadi lupa baca. Tidak memperhatikan.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Kenapa makan makanan hamster?
My Halloween candy was all gone. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Tidak, aku tidak mau tidur. Bentar, ada sesuatu. Oh, Molly, oke. Makasih banyak, Vandergaard.
I kept eating and eating.
Hell nah, sampai odol pun, bukan odol, maksudnya pasta gigi pun dimakan.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Jangan mau merek aku pun jangan terlalu itu. Tapi iya sih, aku juga kalau pas kecil paling sering gas ngajak ke teman itu kodomo. Bentar, kemana lagi nih? Oh ini.
The babies were all gone.
Itu bukan sih. Itu yang caranya ke sana. Oh ya, habis itu.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Bentar, ini jangan bilang kayaknya filosofisnya itu dia udah mati di sini. Ya, ada kecilnya lompat-lompat hanya untuk demi
Rabbits.
makan apa, makan burung gitu. Kayaknya sih pas di sini udah mati ini. Sekarang lagi nyari apa, kelinci. Oh itu loh.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
Oke, nyari. Oh itu loh, ada lah. Ketemu.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Ya bener sih. Ini nyeritain apa? Anak kelaparan. Berarti yang tadi pas jadi apa, jadi kucing udah mati itu.
I rolled off the cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Oh no, ada.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Sekarang jadi apa? Tentakel. Kayak ular. Kirain tentakel.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh, monster.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Ya benar sih, ini tentakelnya berarti.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Iya juga sih. Tapi aku malah apa, kiranya itu dia mati pas bagian kucing gitu. Pas dia jatuh dari ranting itu udah mati. tapi gak tahu juga sih ya. Makasih sarannya, soalnya game ini emang apa sesuai pemikiran pemainnya masing-masing gitu, karena kematiannya juga gak diceritain secara gamblang.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
Oh, salah jalan, kirain ke jendela.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long
Gimana ya?
time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Aduh, aku gak kesempean pula pikiranku.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Kayaknya sekarang bahas Eddie.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Selama 500 tahun, keluarga Finch telah terkenal di kalangan Norway berkat keberuntungan dan tidak keberuntungan kesialan dan kesialan.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Odin Finch mengubur korban terakhirnya dari kutukan keluarga Finch. Istrinya Ingeborg dan baru sorry, anaknya yang baru lahir, Johan.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Pada tanggal 7 Januari 1937, dia berkelana bersama keluarganya beserta rumahnya, berharap meninggalkan kutukan keluarga tersebut.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Tapi ombak dengan tinggi 40 kaki menghantam dari Washington, istilahnya lah menghancurkan rumahnya, dan Odin seketika ke dalam bawah laut.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new
Eddie
home.
itu anaknya
Orcas
Odin
Island.
berarti, Odin Finch. Suaminya Sven dan bayinya Molly. Oh, Molly yang tadi berarti. Oke, berarti Molly ini anaknya Sven dan Eddie. Mereka berkelana ke rumah baru mereka, Orcas Island.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Odin Finch orang pertama yang dikuburkan di pemakaman keluarga yang baru.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Anak Odin yang bernama Eddie selalu memikirkan tentang rumah Finch yang baru. Oke. Jadi yang paling terakhir itu Odin. Terus Odin punya, ya maksudnya yang menguburkan korban dari kutukan keluarga ini, Odin Finch. Terus Odin Finch punya anak namanya Eddie. Eddie nikah dengan Sven, punya anak bernamanya Molly. Oke, singkatnya kayak gitu sih.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Tapi kalau misalnya cerita ini dimulai dari Odin, berarti panjang amat itunya apa? Kutukannya, maksudnya kutukan sebelum Odin gitu. Oh iya bener, yang lain 19, Swan Odin yang 18.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Cuman maknya Edith siapa?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Oh iya bener sih. Tapi aku lihat, maksudnya gak nonton ya, cuman lihat hitungannya doang gitu. cuman sampai 3 jam sih. Nah, fullnya cuma 3 jam. Soalnya
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear
kutukannya
my brother
dibahas
Milton
dalam
had
satu
been here
rumah
before
ini gitu.
me.
Maksudnya bukan kutukan apa? Kematian mereka nih. Tapi yang ngerinya itu kan Odin itu yang ngebawa keluarganya ke tempat baru gitu. Nah, sebelumnya tuh maksudnya sebelum Odin tuh kutukannya masih nempel gitu.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
Tapi bisa jadi kutukan ini karena kecerobohan atau gimana gitu. Bukan mistis ya. Cuman emang aja disebut kutukan.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother
Itu
by Sam Finch.
kematian itunya tuh.
The thing
Wait.
I remember is that when he made
Kematian
up his mind,
para
that was
keluarganya.
it.
Nah, kematian para keluarganya itu disebut kutukan. Jadi kayak kan tadi dimention sebelumnya itu. Jadi intinya kalau misalnya ada seseorang pula anggota keluarga yang mati, mereka bakal nyebutnya kutukan keluarga Finch.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Oke, berarti ini Calvin Finch.
Sam, come in. Dinner's ready.
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
By the way, ini digerakin ya.
Maybe if
Maksudnya
I
bukan
hadn't
cutscene.
said that,
Tapi entah kenapa tiba-tiba makin cepat.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Biru banget.
That's the day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Oh alah, pengen terbang cuman ya tragis sih.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Berarti itu tadi Calvin. Ya bener. Gak lama.
After the funeral,
Saya
Edie
cuman
roped off Calvin's
aduh.
half of the room.
Gimana ya? Kasihan juga sih.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again. passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Oh, bentar deh, lanjut jalan dulu kali.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale
Kematiannya dijadiin
inspired
komik.
by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her
Aktris apa?
signature scream
Aktris
at
ahli
a local convention
teriak.
for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now
Oke,
that
berarti
was a
pas
great scream.
16 tahun ya.
Barbara's
16 tahun tiba-tiba teriakannya
slipped into a
jadi
table
jelek
saw
tuh.
and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was
Walter.
cancelled.
Itu apa? Saudaranya namanya Walter.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Kayaknya prank bukan sih? Prank biar bisa teriak lagi gitu. Biar si Barbara ini bisa teriak lagi.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear! Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Tuh kan benar.
I'm not
Sengaja.
scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later,
Walter? What's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up. But if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Nah, kalau yang ini gak tahu sih. Takutnya beneran gitu.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Oke, udah aman nih. Lah, hilang.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Walah, masih prank ternyata.
Surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life.
Nah, bentar.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time.
Hell lah.
He took it all
Ini,
pretty hard.
aduh,
But
aku bingung lagi yang ini.
as for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Aduh, gila itu. disisain telinganya.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending. I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh, karena trauma berarti.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Iya, aku baru nyadar. Mati muda semua. Bentar, aku ngecek dulu ya. Oh itu ada apa? Walter tuh. Walter 50 tahunan.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Yaelah, gelap banget. Bentar, aku nyalain brightness dulu.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Sudah aman. Aku turunin lagi.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Setelah Barbara mati, si Walter mengisolasi diri gitu. Tapi ya gila aja bikin
If there's a
basement,
pattern in all these stories,
basement di rumah sendiri gitu.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped.
Oh. Ini dia.
Whatever that
Oh, dia
thing
dari
was,
tadi itu
it
kayak
was
maksudnya
gone.
hidup udah berhari-hari
Maybe
gitu.
it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Tuh kan? Dia ulangi lagi.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can. I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara.
Apapun yang membunuh Barbara.
And Molly.
Dan Molly.
And Calvin.
Dan Calvin.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Bentar. Jangan bilang ini bun ke apa?
Whatever's out there,
Ke
I
kereta
want you
gitu.
to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Ah iya. Bener aja.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Iya bener parah. Masa emaknya gak bilang gitu ada keluarga lain di basement?
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family.
Ya benar sih, kayak daripada mengubur rahasia lagi
And the
terus
history
menerus.
you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Ini apa? Aku suka banget kalimat-kalimatnya.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Kenapa mic-ku selalu tenggelam, selalu kedengaran jelas. Oke, sorry.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Ini, aduh, hitungannya udah gila sih, kayak buset dah, keluarga sebanyak ini mati semua gitu. Maksudnya matinya secara tragis.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Oh ya, Sven juga belum diceritain ya.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh itu tangganya. Saya.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Oh iya, ini ceritanya Sam dulu.
Dawn, I promise you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are going to last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the... Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Ini objektifnya hasil foto apa nih?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Wait. Aku gak ngerti yang ini. Suruh potret apa? Apa lagi coba? Aku 20. Bentar deh, kayaknya terpaksa nyari dulu. Wait. Walah,
Nothing quite like being
kayak
outside.
ini bapaknya.
Hold still while I take a picture.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
Oh,
You know who else
Fine,
thought he was
fine.
gonna be fine?
sekarang udah
Some guy
dikirain
who
suruh
died.
ngapain.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map. Let's see. Maybe.
Come on, Pak. Aduh, kemana lagi?
What was it? Could have been. Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Oke, oke.
I'm over here, Dad.
Gimana kamu? Gimana kamu? Oh, ini.
Dad, I.
Just breathe. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced, whenever you're ready.
Oh, itu. Oke.
Great shot, Don.
Oh, buset. Hei, kamu menghalangi.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Oh, digerakin bapaknya, dikirain apa?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
still...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
Oh.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Ini kematiannya tuh tragis, yang tragis, emang bener-bener tragis ya. Iya bener, kayak kaget banget tuh, apalagi kasihan anaknya trauma, entah itu gimana gimana traumanya itu.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Iya makanya aku juga kaget gitu, maksudnya gak nyangka matinya bakal kayak gitu tuh. Oh, sorry malah malah dibalikin lagi. Divorce contract.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Ini berarti Sam itu yang tadi ya. Iya benar. Berarti ini nyeritain anaknya Sam.
I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Oh iya, Sam anaknya ada 2 berarti.
Bartender's over, Gregory. It's time to.
Gregory. Oke, yang ini
Hold on,
Gregory.
sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his road was like.
Aku punya firasat buruk karena ini bak mandi.
He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
Ya. Itu
It
yang
sure
aku
made him
bilang.
happy. I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy.
Tapi itu brutal banget poster ke bak. Tapi ya aku
Sorry.
nyangkanya gitu sih.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Oh enggak. Airnya
Damn it.
terkuras.
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish you could have
Oh,
about
tenggelam.
what he saw.
Ya.
There's so much I don't understand
Ya benar. Tenggelam.
about Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard.
Sorry. Oh ya, tadi Gregory. Sekarang Gus.
Before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Iya, cuma berarti itu seberapa bahayanya kodok acu malaka bagi bayi ini. Oh ini.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus
Ya aku
declined
padahal
and as a sign held up his
expectnya
middle
itu
finger.
kayak toaster gitu. Kamu jangan mencari tengah.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry
Ya
power.
kan
But all my
harus
father
bersikap
said
sopan.
was, make the music louder. I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
Oh bukan petir ternyata. Yang tadi tuh tenda. Yang tendanya
She
terbang.
never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Iya, itu kan benar. Bukan.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Berarti gas itu saudaranya ibunya Edith.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Bentar, ini loncatnya gimana? Oh ini bisa.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good, almost normal, but it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Gila, ulang tahun ke 10 tahun dikasih kastil.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Bentar, ini gimana caranya? Kok gak bisa? Oh ini salah, sorry.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Berarti Milton ngilang. Ya soalnya tadi gambarnya cuma gitu doang sih.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Oh iya tuh, gak ada.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Jadi Lewis ini kerja di
But he
apa yang
withdrew
sebutnya
often.
perikanan gitu.
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh ini. Oke.
I asked him to describe
Oh,
it.
sambil bengong. Bentar, aku sulit kontrolnya.
He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed
Jadi
very promising.
apa imajinasinya makin gede makin gede.
He told me he'd made a new
Oh,
friend.
sampai gak bisa sampai susah lemparnya.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. but his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor, and he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Sambil halu
Even as his mother
melakukan
pleaded,
propaganda apa gimana sih?
part of Louis kept sailing on.
Oh, ibunya yang protes.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Wait. Handsome queen.
handsome
I guess.
queen.
Kenapa pilihannya aneh banget? Bukan aneh sih, kayak lebih ke gimana gitu.
The queen was on her own quest for
Serpent.
sinister serpents.
Tidak, aku ingin remove saja. Udah lanjut.
He followed the sound of her silver harp.
Kelewat satu.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Enggak, masih nyala. Oh, aku masih bisa baca kamu, Van der Gaar.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Sebelumnya kamu itu apa? Ngecat juga kah? Soalnya kadang emang gangguan.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Stream mana? Kalau stream YouTube gak mungkin sih, kecuali yang punya gangguan. Kalau stream,
And then it
maksudnya
struck
di stream di game,
that the
aku
real
sengaja
Lewis was
dimatiin.
not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Kan biasanya muncul tuh apa chat
My
kecil
imagination is as real as my body, he
di
told me.
kiri.
It was hard to argue with him.
Ya, soalnya sebenarnya sistem live chat yang di sisi kiri layar tuh itu harus di refresh setiap mau stream. Cuman ya aku belum refresh lagi, belum login lagi istilahnya gitu. Oke, jadi gak bisa apa tiap mau live stream langsung pakai, enggak, harus login dulu. Jadi akunya males. Nanti ku pikir-pikir
Began
lagi,
to forget the world we know.
ku atur lagi. Nah, oke, udah gahalu nih.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Oh, tapi ya kasihan juga sih.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his
Ya,
crown.
bentar itu apa? Nyari titik terangnya mudar gara-gara apa?
There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Tapi kok dipenggal? Apa jangan-jangan bunuh diri di tempat kerja?
My brother was
ininya
really
tuh,
cool.
pisau apa?
I wish you could have
Pisau
met
buat
him.
ikan tuh. Tapi kalau misalnya dia mati kayak gitu, gila sih.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot. On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. but I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a
Iya.
long time.
Makanya aku gimana ya, bingung, kaget, dan
Maybe I should have come
tercengang.
sooner.
Ya, dia menggal diri sendiri. Yang tadi tuh si Lewis. Ya, si Lewis.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my
cerita
life.
terakhir ya, nyeritain Edi.
But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back Or maybe I came back to them.
Oh, nabrak. Sorry.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Oh, neneknya Edi.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes and appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
Please, jangan mati.
But I guess if you're reading this now,
Soalnya Finch terakhir.
things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Dia juga mati. Wait. What? Oh iya, bener. Oh, oke. Aku baru ngehnya yang itu. Ini mana mereka timnya pakai foto masa kecil pula. Aku gak ngasih ya, baru nyadar berarti yang tadi itu semua itu ya ceritanya si Edith. Ya sih benar. Oke lah, gokil ya, gak sia-sia sampai tengah malam ini. Emang keren. Oke, Vandergaard, makasih banyak. Ya, aku baru ngeh. Aduh, aku malah excited sendiri. Ya bener ya, bener. Aduh. Ya, gak bisa di skip. Tapi kayaknya aku end stream aja dari sini. Oh ini bentar lagi. Ya, makanya aku juga gitu, aku kaget. Apalagi pas kamu ngasih tahu gitu, jadi oh iya bener. Aduh, ini game beautiful tapi eh, sedih gitu. Ya udah deh, di sini aja bentar. Makasih semuanya, apalagi special thanks buat Vandergaard. Pokoknya makasih banyak ya Vandergaard, dan yang tadi sebelumnya yang join stream. Tapi aku mau shout out dulu Vandergaard terus-terusan. Thank you Vandergaard. Thank you. Oke, selamat malam, selamat beristirahat, selamat tidur. Ya pokoknya tidur, karena tahu kenapa? Karena ini tengah malam dan besok hari Senin. Oke, makasih banyak. Ditunggu lagi mainkan game-game gokil seperti ini. Goodbye. Oh, Zaku. Oh ya, Zaku. Thank you so much, Zaku. Ya. Oke, makasih banyak ya, Zaku. Dadah. Ayo tidur.